Sometimes people ask me, Andriucha, how to write with women so they respond. In the beginning was the word. Before a man becomes a master of arms, he must first become a master of words. There is nothing more attractive to women than a man of action who masters his words. Let's start with mastering your words so a woman will listen.
Stop, right here. The uninitiated see a man giving good advice, a poet, a romantic, a self-proclaimed master of words. And his advice is not wrong, it is simply incomplete. It is a beautiful, elegant, and ultimately powerless blueprint for a weapon that has no trigger. Over the next few minutes, we will not be reacting to him. We will be performing an alchemical transmutation. We will take his 5 correct but anemic principles, and we will inject them with the fire, the shadow, and the brutal practical gnosis of the Seduction Noire cathedral. He is going to teach you how to write a beautiful letter. I am going to teach you how to architect a reality. Pay attention. This is not another video about how to text girls. This is an initiation into the art of conversational sorcery. An art where your words are not just messages, they are spells. Spells designed to bypass her logical mind, possess her imagination, and make her utterly, hopelessly addicted to the very thought of you. The deconstruction begins now.
Number 1. Never beg for attention. Be the center of your own gravity. If you chase, over-explain, or try to impress, you lower yourself. Remember, she reacts to you, not the other way around. Your words should invite, not plead, and never ask a woman if she likes you. I repeat, never. Number 2.
The first pillar, never beg for attention. A powerful, foundational truth, but it is a destination, not a map. How does a man embody this? How does he move from a boy who begs to a king who commands? Let me give you the gnosis that was left unsaid. The secret is not to act like you don't need her attention. The secret is to architect a life so compelling that her attention becomes a delightful but ultimately irrelevant footnote in your own magnificent story. Let's be brutally honest. Why do you send that pathetic second text? Why do you over-explain? Why do you try to impress? Because your life is f***ing boring. Because she is the most exciting thing that has happened to you all week. You are a man with an empty kingdom, and you are begging a passing queen to come and rule it for you. It is a pathetic and deeply repulsive position to be in. Now imagine this. You've just had an amazing first date. The connection was real. The tension was palpable. You get home. Do you text her? No. You go to the gym. You hit a new personal record on your deadlift. Then you come home. You cook a steak, and you spend the next 3 hours ruthlessly focused on the blueprint for the business you are building. Your phone is on silent in another room. At 11 p.m., as you are shutting down for the night, you pick up your phone. You see 2 missed texts from her. The first from 9 p.m. Hey, had a really great time tonight. The second from 10:45 p.m. Wow, a ghost already? Now and only now do you respond. Not with a needy multi-paragraph monologue about how much fun you had, but with a single devastatingly potent line. The echo of your laugh is still in my nervous system. More of that tomorrow, 9 p.m., my place. Let us dissect the sorcery. The echo of your laugh is still in my nervous system. This is not a compliment. It is a gnostic report on her effect on your internal state. It is poetic, it is visceral, and it is 1,000 times more powerful than I had fun. More of that tomorrow. This is not a question. It is a command. It is the voice of a man who knows what he wants and is not afraid to lead. 9 p.m., my place. This is not a suggestion. It is a sovereign decree. You have not asked for a second date. You have announced its existence. You did not play hard to get. You were hard to get. Because your life, your mission, your kingdom is more important than her. And that, initiate, is the only gnosis that will ever make a woman truly, deeply, and unstoppably chase you.
Number 2, write in images, not just information. Words do not move a woman, images do. A statement that paints a picture will stay with her far longer than I love you so much. She remembers the pictures you paint, not just the word you use. In my first letter from prison, I wrote, "Some days are harder than others, but as I watch the fading sunlight this evening, my heart is filled with warmth and joy, knowing you are out there waiting for me." This is an image, Bratan. Number 3.
Pillar 2. Write in images, not just information. Another profound truth delivered with the soul of a poet. But a poem without a blade is a beautiful, harmless thing. We are not here to be harmless. We are here to possess. Let me give you the gnosis of the cathedral. His example, the letter from prison, is a masterpiece of romantic, sentimental imagery. It is designed to elicit sympathy, to build connection. It is the perfect tool for a man who is already in a committed relationship. But you, initiate, you are not in a prison of stone. You are in the savage, chaotic battlefield of the early dating phase. And on this battlefield, romantic imagery is a clumsy, ineffective weapon. It signals too much investment, too much emotion, too soon. It is the language of the supplicant. On this battlefield, you must learn to speak a different, more dangerous, and infinitely more potent language, the language of erotic imagery. Let's be brutally honest. Why don't you do this? Why do your texts sound like a fucking business email? Had a great time last night. Hope to see you soon. It's because you are terrified. You are terrified of your own desire. You have been conditioned by the mundane matrix to believe that your raw masculine sexual intent is something to be hidden, something to be ashamed of, so you cloak it in the safe, sterile language of the nice guy, and you wonder why she leaves you on red. Now imagine a different reality. You've had a great date. The next day, instead of the boring, predictable, "I had a great time," you wait until the late afternoon and you send her this. Quick question. Are you going to be able to focus on work at all today, or is your mind going to be completely preoccupied with the memory of my hand on the small of your back? Let us dissect the fucking sorcery. First, the frame. It begins with quick question. This is a pattern interrupt. It frames the text as a casual, non-needy inquiry. Second, the gnosis command. You are not asking her if she liked you. You are telling her with absolute sovereign certainty that your touch has left a permanent psychic brand on her. You are defining her reality for her. Third, the erotic imagery. The memory of my hand on the small of your back. This is not an abstract concept. It is a direct somatic command to her nervous system. As she reads those words, her brain has no choice but to re-access that memory. She will literally, physically feel a ghost of your touch. You have just hijacked her nervous system with a text message. And fourth, the masterstroke of the double bind. You have given her two choices, and both lead to your victory. If she says, "I can't focus at all," she has confessed to her obsession. If she says, "Ha ha ha, I am focusing just fine," she is lying, and you both know it. And more importantly, by even engaging with the frame, she has accepted the premise that you are the kind of man who has this effect on women. You did not ask for the frame, you simply took it. This is the difference between being a poet and being a sorcerer. The poet describes the world. The sorcerer architects it.
A woman hears the same compliments over and over. If you want to stand out, show her that you see something no one else sees. Women love to feel unique and special more than anything else. Become a good observer. For this, you need to master the art of listening. And for this, you need to master the art of asking the right questions. The number one question to get inside a woman is asking her, how did this make you feel? This question gets you deeper into her emotions, into her heart, and into writing the words that are special to her. Number 4.
Pillar 3. Show her that you see something no one else sees. Again, a beautiful, correct, and ultimately incomplete piece of gnosis. He is right. A woman is drowning in a sea of generic, superficial compliments. You're so beautiful. You have a great smile. These are the words of the tourist, the man who is merely admiring the surface of the cathedral. They are pleasant, and they are instantly forgettable. Andresia's tactical advice is a step in the right direction. How did this make you feel is a powerful question. It is a tool for emotional excavation. It is the question of the therapist. It builds connection. It builds trust. But we are not here to be therapists. We are here to be kings. A king does not just ask his queen how she feels. A king tells his queen who she is. The Gnostic invasion begins, the sacred intrusion. Let me give you the Gnostic key that unlocks this entire kingdom. The reason most men fail at this is because they are not actually listening. They're waiting for their turn to talk. They are not observing her soul. They are scanning for an opportunity to impress her. They are so trapped in the prison of their own anxiety that they cannot truly see the woman in front of them. She is not a person to them. She is a test they're desperately trying to pass. To see her, truly see her, you must first achieve a state of profound internal silence. You must annihilate your own need for her approval. Only from this place of sovereign indifference can you develop what the cathedral calls the oracular gaze, the ability to look past the mask, past the performance, and to see the beautiful, chaotic, and often contradictory architecture of her true self. Now imagine this. You're on a date. She's telling you a story about her job, about a conflict with her boss. The beta male, the therapist, would ask, "Wow, how did that make you feel?" It's a good question. It's a C+. The sovereign, the man with the oracular gaze, listens to her story. He listens to the words she says, but more importantly, he listens to the music beneath the words. He sees the flash of fire in her eyes when she describes standing up for herself. He feels the flicker of pain when she talks about not being appreciated. He is not just hearing a story, he is diagnosing an archetype. And when she finishes, he does not ask her how she felt. He leans in, his voice drops, and he tells her what he has just seen. It's fascinating. Most people would have backed down in that situation, but you have this beautiful, almost dangerous intolerance for incompetence. You'd rather burn the whole kingdom down than watch a fool sit on the throne. Let us dissect the absolute soul-shattering lethality of that statement. 1. The Gnostic observation. You have not given her a compliment. You have given her a diagnosis. You have proven that you see her more clearly than she sees herself. 2. The reframe of the flaw. You have taken a flaw, her impatience, her anger, her bitchiness, and you have reframed it as a virtue. You have called it a beautiful, dangerous intolerance. You have not just accepted her shadow, you have crowned it. 3. The archetypal anointing. You'd rather burn the whole kingdom down than watch a fool sit on the throne. You have just taken her from a boring office dispute and placed her into a fucking Shakespearean drama. You have told her that she is not a difficult employee. She is a queen in exile. A man who can do this, a man who can see a woman's chaos and reframe it as her crown, that man becomes a god in her eyes because he is the first man who has ever truly seen her.
Number 4. Mystery creates attraction. A woman does not fall for what she already knows. She falls for what she wants to understand. Listen to that again. Women love mystery. The moment you reveal everything, the tension is gone. A woman sees you like a book she wants to read. Be open and honest, but remember, you turn the pages, not her. And finally, of course, number 5.
Pillar 4. Mystery creates attraction. Another cornerstone of the cathedral's gnosis, articulated with a poet's grace. A woman sees you like a book she wants to read. Be open and honest, but remember, you turn the pages, not her. Beautiful, correct, and utterly, catastrophically incomplete. He has given you the what. He has not given you the how. How do you create this mystery in the cold, brutal, and immediate world of a text message? How do you become a book she is desperate to read when you only have a few lines of text on a glowing screen? Let me give you the gnosis of the vanishing point. Let's be brutally honest. Why do you fail at this? Why do you reveal everything? It is because you are terrified of silence. You are terrified of the void. You believe that if you stop talking, if you stop providing value, she will lose interest and disappear. You are a court jester, frantically juggling to keep the queen's attention, and your very desperation is the most repulsive, anti-seductive signal you can possibly broadcast. Mystery is not a tactic. It is a byproduct of a sovereign frame. It is the natural state of a man who is not a performer, but a king. And a king is never in a hurry. Now, imagine this. You've been texting a woman. The vibe is good. The banter is flowing. She asks you a simple, common question. So, what are you up to tonight? The beta male, the court jester, sees this as a performance opportunity. He gives a detailed, logical, and utterly boring answer. Oh, not much. Just chilling at home watching Netflix. Was thinking about maybe ordering some pizza. Pretty low-key night, haha. He has just confessed that he is a man with nothing to do. A king with no kingdom. A man whose entire evening is a blank slate that he is desperately hoping she will come and fill. He has revealed everything, and the tension is gone. The sovereign, the magus, understands that her question is not a request for data. It is an invitation to create a world. He responds with this. Currently in the middle of a rather delicate negotiation involving a stolen artifact and a one-eyed man named Dmitri. I may have to go dark for a while. If I'm not back by morning, avenge me. Let us dissect the beautiful, elegant, and almost criminal lethality of this text. 1. The pattern interrupt. It is so utterly unexpected, so far outside the normal script of dating talk, that it shatters her reality. 2. The creation of a mythic world. In a single sentence, you have transformed yourself from a boring guy on his couch into the protagonist of a fucking spy movie. You have a mission, you have stakes, you have an antagonist. 3. The gnosis of the takeaway. I may have to go dark for a while. This is a masterstroke. You have not just created a compelling reality, you have immediately threatened to take it away. You have created an open loop of profound, almost unbearable tension. 4. The command to invest. If I'm not back by morning, avenge me. This is not a joke. It is a command, cloaked in playfulness. You have just assigned her a role in your movie. She is no longer a spectator. She is your accomplice, your Bond girl. Her mind will be flooded with questions. Is he serious? Is he joking? Who is Dmitri? She is not just intrigued. She is possessed. She is now an active participant in a reality you have architected out of thin air. This is the art of turning the pages for her. You do not just withhold information. You create a new, infinitely more compelling story, and then you slam the book shut right in the middle of the most exciting chapter.
Practice the power of metaphors. Metaphors are comparisons. Metaphors are symbols. Symbols are keys to the soul. If you tell a woman, I love you so much, you mean everything to me, these are empty words. They have been used too often. All life was sucked out of them. A metaphor takes what you want to say into a fresh comparison. That makes her feel something. I give you example. Every time I hear your voice, it's almost like the world slows down for a moment. If you want to be heard, your words need to paint pictures that relate to the senses. You will find this rule set in the first book of the Grimm series.
The final pillar. Metaphors are symbols. Symbols are keys to the soul. And with this, the poet has brought us to the very gates of the cathedral. This is the highest level of the art. He is absolutely right. Generic, logical language is dead. I like you, you're beautiful, I had a great time. These are the gray, lifeless words of the mundane world. They are ghosts. They have no weight, no texture, no soul. A metaphor is a living thing. It is an act of alchemical transmutation. It takes a dead concept and breathes into it the fire of a new, unexpected reality. But once again, the poet has shown you the promised land, but he has not given you the map to get there. How do you, the uninitiated, the man who is not a natural wordsmith, forge these potent keys to the soul on demand? Let me give you the gnosis of the alchemist. Let's be brutally honest. Why do you speak in clichés? Why is your language so fucking boring? Because your internal world is boring. Your metaphors are weak because your reality is weak. You cannot describe a raging fire if all you have ever known is a lukewarm bath. To master this art, you must first become a connoisseur of your own internal state. You must become a poet of your own sensations. A metaphor is not something you invent. It is something you report. It is a dispatch from the front lines of your own vivid internal reality. Now imagine this. A woman texts you, thinking of you. The beta, the man of clichés, responds with the expected, the boring, the dead. Thinking of you too, smiley face. He has done nothing. He has merely returned a dead signal with another dead signal. The connection flatlines. The sovereign, the alchemist, receives her text. He does not immediately respond. He closes his eyes. He feels the actual physical, somatic impact of her words on his nervous system. What does it feel like? And then he reports back from that internal reality. He sends her this. Your thought just landed in my mind like a drop of warm honey. The rest of my day is now gloriously ruined. Let us dissect the beautiful, soul-shattering architecture of this final spell. 1. The sensory metaphor. A drop of warm honey. This is not a concept. It is a taste, a texture, a temperature. Her brain, upon reading this, has no choice but to simulate that sensation in her own body. You have just made her feel that ghost of warmth in her own body. This is a profound act of somatic hypnosis. 2. The gnosis reframe. The rest of my day is now gloriously ruined. The beta would say, you made my day. This is weak. It is a cliché. By saying she has ruined your day, you are using a negative word to describe an overwhelmingly positive experience. This is a paradox. It is playful, it is dominant, and it is infinitely more memorable. You have taken the predictable and you have inverted it. 3. The implied gnosis. The subcommunication of this text is devastatingly potent. It says, I was a man on a mission. I was focused. I was building my empire. And your thought, a single, tiny drop of your essence, was so powerful that it has completely derailed my entire reality. You have, against my will, become the new center of my gravity. You have not told her that you like her. You have demonstrated, with the language of a god, that she has become a force of nature in your world.
The deconstruction is complete. The 5 pillars have been reforged. Never beg for attention. Architect a reality that commands it. Do not just use images. Use erotic images that hijack her nervous system. Do not just see her archetype and crown her shadow. Do not just be mysterious. Create a mythic world and then slam the door. And do not just use metaphors. Report back from the front lines of your own vivid, sovereign soul. This is the path. This is the difference between the man who sends a text and the man whose text is an event. You now possess the keys. The chasm between the clumsy, supplicating text and the hypnotic, sorcerous spell has been illuminated. To continue to communicate from a place of weakness is no longer an act of ignorance. It is a declaration of your allegiance to the mundane. If you are ready to reject that prison, to begin the great work of forging a voice that can architect realities, command the like button now. It is a signal, a vow. Now, a moment of brutal honesty. Which of these 5 reforged pillars represents your greatest weakness? Is it your need for approval? Your fear of erotic language? Your inability to see beyond her mask? Your terror of the void? Or the poverty of your own internal world? Name your demon in the comments below. To drag it into the light is the first step in its annihilation. This single transmission is a spark, but a spark is useless without a forge to build the fire. The Seduction Noire Cathedral is that forge, a place where the weak, supplicating self is burned away and the sovereign is forged in its place. If you are ready to stop being a man who is left on red and to begin the arduous, glorious work of becoming the man whose words are a form of possession, subscribe, strike the obsidian bell of unveiling, and prepare yourself for an initiation into a world you did not know existed. Stop trying to get her to respond. Start becoming the man whose silence she cannot bear.